Can you beat Fallout New Vegas by only pickpocketing? What does this mean exactly, and what restrictions and rules are in place for this run? Well, here's a quick rundown. First, all items may only come from pickpocketing. Any items at the start of the game will be instantly dropped, meaning getting a weapon and a set of armor will be extremely difficult. Secondly, any caps given to me through NPCs and quests can be used to purchase one gun or armor of my choice, and some meds such as stim packs. No specific ending will be required for this run, and no other restrictions apply. So with all little explanation out of the way, let's create my character over at Doc Mitchell's house and start this challenge run. Picky Petey for pickpocketing. Picky Petey. For my special stats, I got 7 intelligence, 10 agility for sneak, and 10 perception for better pickpocket. No other special stats really matter for this run. For my tag skills, I choose medicine, speech, and of course sneak, as it directly affects my pickpocket chance. First thing I do when I get the Pip-Boy is I drop all my garbage. Every single item I own, even the Vault 13 canteen. This run will be extremely difficult to get any sort of items. That hurts, dropping all my stuff, bro, that hurts. After leaving Doc's house, the first thing I do is get ratty and start putting my hands down people's pants. And I get lucky, as this farmer has a free varmint rifle and a couple bullets, which means I can now shoot bottles over with sunny smiles. After ending the tutorial, I head inside and pickpocket Joe Cobb for his stealth boy and use one of my few bullets to sneak attack him and get rid of him. I then head up to Ringo to progress the quest, and most importantly, pickpocket his caravan deck, which lags the game and makes a weird noise. The hell? I then get the help of Sonny and Doc Mitchell, and then start the fight with the powder gangers. The first thing I notice is that the farmer I stole the gun from is now just standing around with his fist out, unable to help, which is pretty funny. Overall in the fight, I didn't really contribute anything, as I just need to conserve as much ammunition as possible. After the fight's over, Ringo then gives me some caps, which, as I mentioned earlier with the rules, I can use to buy one weapon, one armor, and then as many meds as I can get. I make my way out of Goodsprings, and then I find Easy Pete going for an adventure. I think his old age is really starting to affect his mental ability. I then head off to Sloan and get my first level up for discovering it. I then put all the points into Sneak and my perk point into Swift Learner. I then patch up Snuffle's leg and tell Chomps Lewis to get some positive NCR rep. I then make my way through Hidden Valley and continue past it a bit towards Neil's shack. I then proceed to try and pickpocket Neil's rebar club for a solid couple minutes. I eventually give up and then move on towards the Boulder shortcut. After taking this shortcut, I continue to the east side towards the substation to discover it later for a quest. Here at the substation, there are plenty of NCR troops for me to pickpocket, which provide me with a great arsenal of 5.56 ammo for my varmint rifle. I continue my journey now to the strip and stop by the 188 trading post, where a gun runner tempts me to steal from him.
People usually aren't stupid enough to steal from the gun runners.
After proving the gun runners wrong, I steal some 10M ammo and 10 grilled mantis from another lady at the trading post, which will provide me with some great heals for the run. I then decide with the little caps I have to buy my only gun and armor for the run. I now know that 5.56 is extremely easy to get from NCR troops, so I decide to buy a service rifle, which will prove essential throughout this run. I then scrounge the last bit of my caps for some leather armor, which I severely regret doing, as it would break extremely quickly and provide no protection throughout most of the run. Continuing the hike towards the strip, I border outside McCarran and pickpocket some troops along the way. And once I got into McCarran, things really changed for the better. I ended up spending a good 10 minutes just pickpocketing all the troops inside the base, racking up a good 400 bullets from my service rifle. This will be all the ammo I would need for the rest of the run. After pickpocketing all of McCarran, I then proceed to take the monorail straight to the strip. After reaching the strip, I start pickpocketing right away and decide to randomly talk to these people. I had no idea this was even a quest in the game, so when I went to talk to the NPC, I didn't expect much of anything at all. So of course, I now had to make sure to do this guy's quest. I went inside the casino, get some more info on Heck Gunderson, and reported back to my guy outside. With the Gundersons very vulnerable, I make my move down to the kitchen to get rid of the sun first. The second I enter the kitchen, however, I'm instantly spotted and asked to leave. I simply just ignore the white glove security, as all they have is a cane, which barely does any damage even with this crappy leather armor. I then save some ammo and use the knife to take care of Ted Gunderson. And once the job is finished, I decide to go all the way and get rid of the Gunderson family in its entirety. I then start spraying my 10M pistol, which I got from at the 188 from pickpocketing, and have just enough ammo for heck. Unfortunately, one of the white gloves was hit in the crossfire, so now I got the entire casino pissed at me. For now, though, I escape out the doors with just enough health. After telling my guy that the Gundersons are dead, I get my grand reward of 1,500 caps, which I'll definitely spend on stim packs. I then enter the tops and discover Benny's location for a couple level ups, making sure to put some points into speech to convince Swank to let me use my weapons. I dump the rest into sneak for better pickpocket and choose the perk rapid reload for better use of my service rifle. I then convince Swank that Benny is no good and get some high ground, start spraying down on Benny. This strat proves to be very effective and I easily clean him up and his goons. I then go to Benny's hidden room and talk to Yes Man to start his questline. Before I start working on any factions though, I head to the Lucky 38 to meet Mr. House and decide to tease Mr. House of his glorious platinum chip.
I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity once the platinum chip has been delivered. How shall I put this? Delivery of the platinum chip is non-negotiable. I invite you to think carefully about what you do next. By the time I was 30 years old, I was a billionaire 30 times over. I founded and ran a vast economic empire. Do you really think I'm going to let an upstart come into my home and ransom my property to me? I spent 2 centuries searching for the platinum chip. It's my invention, my property, mine! Now be a good courier and deliver it!
I eventually give it to him, and as my reward, he wants to show me something down in his basement. Kinda sus, Mr. House. I decide to punish Mr. House for making me wait through a boring 2 minutes, so I rush into his secret lair to take him out. This does that little damage, bro. After Mr. House was done, I decided to make my way to the boomers, so I went through Freeside to get there quicker. On the way, I exterminate a rat for this little boy, but he doesn't seem to eat it right away. Anyway, moving on from impoverished children, I decided to head inside the old Mormon fort to spend all my caps on some stim packs. I buy out all of them there and continue my way towards Nellis, and on the way I decided to do some ranching and put my rifle to good use. Finally outside the airbase, I use my only dynamite effectively on George. A good use of dynamite, I must say. Somehow, dynamite does not faze this man, so I have to finish him off with some good old-fashioned fisticuffs. I punched him in his head and his leg came off, dude. That's how you know you're a good fighter. With the real threat dealt with, I make my way into the airbase, dodging the howitzers. I finally make it to the gate and am brought to Mother Pearl, and come up with a great idea for a grenade. I fail to consider the range of an explosive inside a small room, and completely obliterate myself. The next attempt, I make sure to have some more health and run away a bit further, this time being successful. And, to regain my health, there's a convenient toilet right around the corner for me to drink from. With the boomers out of the way, the next faction I decide to do are the white gloves, which proves to be a very lengthy process. I think if I go back in here, I'm gonna get murked. Am I wrong?
Beg your pardon, but please. Watch out! Watch out!
Yep. They still hate me, though. They'll politely ask me to give them all my weapons first, and then they'll try to kill me, though. That's smart. I get it. That's smart. See, they don't think I visited the white gloves, though. So, you know what that means. Really, bro? By talking to one of their leaders, bro. I can't talk to one of their leaders. Oh my god. That's not good. I just need to kill one. Okay, here's my strat. Kill one, drink from the water fountain, go back in, kill another, drink from the water fountain. Oh. Now that the white gloves are completely gone in their entirety, I moved on over to Red Rock Canyon and the cons. I enter their main house and start pickpocketing all of them for some caps and drugs. I stole his steak, okay. Took his key, okay. Took his switchblade, okay. Took his water, okay. Took his caps, okay. Took his 9mm rounds, okay. Took the casings, bro. This dude is oblivious, bro. Oh my god. With the cons ignored and all their loot in my pockets, I fast travel over to Hidden Valley to get started on the Brotherhood. Oh. Oh. I think I need to throw a grenade or something. This is gonna be hard. Oh, I did it. Dude, I think I did it. I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here, dude. Dude, first, like, okay. Rob, that was my first try throwing the grenade. That's impressive. That's like some speedrun stuff, dude. I'm going pro. Oh, dude, when they make the New Vegas Pro League, they're gonna put my name up there. That's wild. Y'all wouldn't have like a spare bed, right? Oh, y'all would. Oh, hey, I was sleeping there, bruh. Some creeps. I think I got touched, bro. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's a face of a man who got touched, bro. I don't feel good anymore. Oh shit. Good to see you finally enjoyed your meal. That's good. I was wondering when you were gonna eat that. That was like 2 days ago, bud. That's old news now. The Brotherhood dealt with and rats eaten, I allow Yes Man to enter the Lucky 38 and take control. I then update him on all the tribes that I've interacted with and chosen to ignore.
Okay, who needs artillery support? Not the good guys, that's for sure.
which now puts me at the final part of the game and very close to the dam fight. But then I realized I have no way of taking out the legate, so I decided to go the speech route. I'll need a few level ups before my speech is 100 though. So I head over to Blackrock Mountain and do the glitch through the gate to quickly get to Tabitha and end the quest. I then fast travel to the substation to finalize the main story before the dam. After that, I got bored of trying to get XP for 100 speech, so I attempted Hoover Dam with whatever I had on me, which was some broken leather armor, a couple stim packs, and a service rifle with 400 bullets. For the most part, I was feeling good, running by all the enemies, and making it to the control room, and just escaping the control room with a little bit of health. I was able to continue running past the enemies on the dam towards the legate. Once I got to the legate, this is when I realized I messed up big time. I was unable to win the fight no matter what, even going into God mode to see if it was possible even when invincible. Even as a god, my service rifle could not do barely any damage to the enemies, and I resorted to spamming infinite grenades everywhere. With this being impossible, I reloaded to save before the dam and decided I was gonna have to get XP to talk my way out of the final fight. I then spent another 2 hours going around various locations just clearing enemies. For example, exterminated some ants in the dry lake bed, and even went to Vault 11 and cleared some giant mantises in there. I progressed through the entirety of the vault and discovered its secret, the sacrificial chamber. Played along as the sacrifice and eventually got jumped by 6 robots and 3 minigun turrets.
And some of us are meant to forfeit our lives for the good of the people.
My next attempt, I took a turbo and booked it for the door, only to realize all it did was open the door I came from, meaning I'd have to run back through all the robots and out the door to survive. So after failing that, I reloaded to save and left the vault knowing I just wasted a couple minutes of my life. I was, however, really close to leveling up, so I went back to Goodsprings and down the road a bit to take out the powder gangers, which gave enough XP for 100 speech. I started Hoover Dam once again and did the exact same thing, running past all the enemies and going straight to the legate. This time, I talked them down and headed for the end of the game. I even made sure to throw General Oliver off the dam to end the game in cinematic fashion.
TV on wheels?